No way. Is this you being done?
We done it.
Okay, let's show the camera. Tiramisu from Eva's
Belly
absolutely
about to be
finished.
mash up, okay?
Yeah,
Watch.
how done that is, how done your belly's about to be.
Oh my gosh, I'm curled up.
Yeah.
Curled up like curdled cheese.
Yeah, so for the next 48 hours.
Don't talk to me.
No.
Don't text me. Don't say, Melo, will you pick up? I'm done. No, I'm not. I can't pick up, bro.
Here in the cut, we challenge our guests to finish a tub of ice cream before the end of the conversation. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Welcome to the Cool Table. My name is Adriel Smiley, aka AdrielSmiley.com, aka Adriel Smiley Official, aka The Godfather. Now here on In the Cut, we challenge our guests to finish a tub of ice cream before the end of the conversation. Joining us for the first time, already making a huge dent in his ice cream. Welcome to the show, Melo Griffith.
I'm hungry, and I know it's going to mess up my belly, okay? I know I should have got the lactose intolerant, but y'all tried dairy-free cheese. That shit tastes terrible.
Horrible.
Okay, but yeah, I'm good. I'm here. Thank you for having me, Adriel. You know, we in the cut. Such a pleasure right now. This is long overdue in my books. You know, my broski was telling me about you from time, so let's get it rocking.
I appreciate you putting your tummy in the line of fire for us. And having the tummy twerking, we don't take it lightly. So I appreciate you doing that for us.
I feel like a sadist for this shit.
Yeah, no,
good as fuck though.
No, 100%. One of the first episodes we did, this person, and we actually used to work together at a restaurant. He brought the ice cream to work, and I said, I don't know who you work with. That's gonna eat this ice cream well after the fact. But he said that it sat in the back, and when he went back to it, it was done. Oh, so. Crazier things have happened.
Fair enough.
Things have happened.
We're gonna see.
I want to talk about the last project, Left on Red. It has been a while since we got a full project from you.
Yeah,
we've been waiting. Worth the wait. I like this thing that you had with the name of the project being Left on Red and all the acronyms. But I feel like you got a couple acronyms in here that I'm not really familiar with. Maybe I'm not young and hip, but you let me know. PSI. What's that one?
Yeah, PSI. It's just pressures per square inch. It's just because the song talks about pressure. Originally, it wasn't even going to be on the project because it didn't have an acronym. But then my boy was like, "Hey, you could use this as it," and I'm like, "Oh, that actually works." And it's slide. Just trying to toss that in there. That's a cool collab as well. So shout out to PN, private name, private number on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then DLM.
Yeah, DLM was just something that I decided to call it. Stands for Don't Love Me. Nothing that I think people will be using like that. But I wanted to work with the acronyms. That it just made sense for the whole project overall.
Yeah.
And like that song felt like it needed to be on there just based on the title of the project.
Had to be.
Fit,
Had to be. Because I don't remember using something like DLM back in the day. I don't know if I was a Don't Love Me type of guy, but I feel like maybe now that would be like, yo, beware. don't love me. I think that's one I could probably use. OTP, that's a simple one. We know what that means. You have a part in there where you're like, Melo, won't you pick up?
Yeah.
So is that like someone who's in their DMs talking to themselves? Is that one of those late night calls you got? Like, what's that about?
That is DMs. That is multiple phone calls, missed calls, drunk texts, and I'm like, you know what? This is for all of y'all. Real quick, let me just bunch y'all in the same barrel real quick, and here's a gift to you, because hey, we all I feel like we've all kind of felt that sometimes where you're like, damn, this person's ringing me off, but like I don't have the bandwidth right now to be answering this. I know you're drunk, whatever it may be. So it's like heartfelt reminder. Here you go.
When's the last time you were on the other side of that, where you were the person hitting up someone else's phone?
I don't do that.
So never.
I don't do that. I'm not like if I don't get a call, if I call you and you don't answer the first time, I might try one more time just to make sure, like, all right, cool. After that, I'm like, all right, either you'll hit me back or you won't hit me back.
Okay. I appreciate that. Not everyone's like that. That's a good quality to have, because not everyone is like that. And OTP, you described it, is given that line where Drake said, I put all of my exes in a group chat. That's what this song is. OTP is like the X group chat.
Yeah, it's the X group chat. Listen, like I'm on a wave right now. I'm trying to, take over the map, trying to build, trying to conquer some new land. I don't have time to be always answering calls. Like, it can't be like that.
And then on DLM, you're in your sad boy bag.
Yes, DLM. I'm like, you know what? Let me reminisce a little bit. Kind of dig deep. Just talk about some real shit for a little bit. Be like, oh, these are real feelings that have happened.
Yeah, talk about that. That was definitely the one where I was like, damn, like he feeling it, like, and because I think too, your project is mostly light, like it is mostly upbeat.
Yeah.
And so when you have a song like DLM, it's kind of like, okay, he ain't so happy on this one, you know.
Yeah.
Talk about, I guess, putting your feelings in that song, because it is, at least tone-wise, it's not what everything else is. Everything else is more like jovial. So talk about that one.
Yeah, that one. So from like the jump, even with the beat, I'm like, this is different. I can't just do the regular kind of light up-hearted stuff. Even though I like doing up-hearted music to kind of like uplift people and give people a sense of like clarity and fun in their life. But on this one, for real, I was just like, I also have a duty for myself to be real and like kind of dig deep, kind of give the vulnerable sides of what it is also to be not just an artist, but to be human. So I like to showcase that as well in my music. And I figured if I was going to make such a diverse project, I would like to tap into that. There. You know, like it was for me, it's one of the staple songs in that project. Personally.
It has to be on there. Yeah. Do you hear anything about these songs? Like, do you get like, I'll say this. As someone who podcasts, like I've been time coded a few times, and someone has just sent me some of my own clips, asking what they're about. So do you get that with a song like DLM? Is someone hitting you and being like, "Yo, is this about me?" Or "I know it's about me"? Like, you get any of that?
Actually, not for DLM, no. But like the only one that I think I got time coded a little bit was TBH, and like because it's like a real. And the funny thing is, I wasn't even time coded by the person that is like noted in it. It was like her friend being like, "This about you?" I'm like, I'm staying out of it. But hey, I gotta be real. And like,
you gotta keep it real.
Yeah, I actually like to let anybody that like I get involved with know, like, hey, fuck up, it's in there. No, like you can't hide. Don't run from the truth. Why are you running? Okay, because it's like my pen is faster than you. I promise.
My pen faster than you is crazy.
I promise you, it's coming out. It's coming out some way. It'll be artistic. Don't worry.
Getting put in the Melo verse is probably worse than getting put on a TikTok story. Like TikTok story time or a Melo verse. Like you gotta pick your poison. Like,
hey, man, I don't know what to tell you.
You gotta do. You choose the Melo verse every time. Listen, I had an ex that would write songs about me. I don't know if she's even putting music out now, but some of these songs, it was so disrespectful.
That's crazy.
You just know it's about you. It's just like, I hate this nigga. He always trying to put me down. I'm like, babe, that's about me, right?
I'm at least artful with it. Like I'm not gonna diss, but like I'm gonna still speak some truth, and then just kind of say, hey, like this is where it came from. I'll even call myself out on some of my older music. I'll be calling myself out. So
TBH is actually my favorite song on the project. I'm sure I'm not the only person who said that. I'm sure you've heard that multiple times. But I think that's one of the matches of like the production on its own, heat. Like that's one of those songs where I'm like, you could have gave that to a few people and that would have turned out great. But then you coming and doing your thing on that one. Talk about, I guess, that song coming together, because forget about what it's actually about sonically. It's a clear standout on here.
Yeah, thank you. To be honest, it wasn't even supposed to be on the project. Like I really was not even gonna drop it. At first, wasn't feeling it. I'm like, okay, it's all right. Don't know how I'm digging like a lot of it, but I kind of low-key had to get into like my male version of SZA bag for that one. Low-key, I'm like, all right, I'm feeling the type of way right now, but I'm also feeling myself. Let's get into it and let's make these verses a little unique in the sense that they almost feel like ex battle rap bars. But, like, let me take that approach to it, and then on the hook, honestly, how did that even come about? I was really just thinking about like a couple people being like, yo, y'all think you could take me for granted, but
Oh, wow.
end of the day, like we're born alone, we die alone. You know, not to sound all sad and everything, but like,
No, it's true.
you
So
just have to have your
is.
own back at the end of the day. So like, you have to know like you stand in your power kind of thing. So I'm like, all right, that's where that's coming from. The way the beat drops in already with like the Pharrell hits, you know,
Crazy.
like I'm like, yeah, have to start off kind of strong on this one. Not even kind of strong. Have to start off strong as fuck. Even at the listening party for this, like that was the one that everyone selected. Like, yo, run
That's what I was gonna ask. Like, how did that feel? That reinforcement, because you almost didn't put it on there.
Yeah.
At the listening party, even the person I came with, like they weren't familiar with your music, and they were like, "Adriel, he has one here. This is the one." So talk about that reinforcement of like, you know, you're playing it for your peers, and you're like, okay, this song that I wasn't totally feeling is the best song to a lot of people here.
Like it kind of reinforced the feeling of like relatability. You know, like I like making the fun music, you know, like everyone needs release, but that was one of those songs where I'm like, okay, like how can I show my truest self in it?
Yeah.
And to see that that's the one that everyone really resonated with, I'm like, okay, it just told me
Cosign.
Like, you know, cosign, like being yourself is always going to be more valuable. And it's not something that I didn't already know.
Yeah.
But it's good to see that it's still working that way.
And in the art too, like a lot of artists send me their music and it's almost as if like there's one song where they're being 110% their true self instead of 100%, you know? And I always say is like that song where you felt like you almost cried making it or it was almost uncomfortable to play. Like you need 12 of those, you know, like that's what you need. And I think like seeing that quality come out in your music is, you know, I'm happy to see it because I think we always forget how much that matters and how important that is. So for that to be the most heartfelt song on the project and the one everyone likes, no coincidence.
Thank you. For real.
No coincidence.
Honestly, for me, that kind of like the energy that was giving me in a weird way was also giving like Save the World energy, which is an older track. I'm like, it was just the raw form of me.
Yep.
And that it spoke bounds. So
yeah, and that's the thing is like I feel like, you know, you have all these people that love you and love your music. And I think, you know, as fans of you, everyone wants to know more about you. That's what I've always said this. No one wants to know less. Yeah. If they're a fan of you, they want to know more. There's someone right now who's a huge fan of Jada being like, I don't see her enough on my timeline. And so it's like, you know, the people who love you, who support you, they want to know more, get to know you more, feel like they know you more. And I'll say this song specifically passes the Eminem test. Now, the Eminem test is that if you are a true artist, you don't have to make a biography. All of your life, who you are, what you're about will be in your music. So this song passes the Eminem test for sure.
Jeez, I like that.
And you got some visuals coming.
Yes, I do. I do.
Yeah, we love visuals. So let's hear about it. Fruit of the Loom. You got some visuals coming for that.
Yes, a big record off the project that, again, wasn't even going to be on the project. It was just like, hey, a drop. I don't know what's going on with me, but obviously my ear is backwards. So every song I don't like, I'm dropping from now on is what I have to do. But so Fruit of the Loom, crazy song. I got to give a shout out to DJ Slink for the beat on that, New Jersey producer. And got to give a shout out to my homeboy, DJ Huey Bogert, who actually sent me the beat. So that kind of came together really fast. Like he sent it to me some random day and like, he's like, you need to do this like ASAP. I didn't know if it was like some contest or something going on. So I was like, all right, cool. Let me slap together. Yeah. Finished it in like 2 days maybe. And then sent it to him, had my boy Alex Thompson on the mix and master.
Yeah. Big shout out Alex.
Yeah, for real. Big shout out Alex. Oh, and No Losses. No Losses did their thing for that one too. But yes, so now we finally got to the point where we decided let's do a visual for it. Had a lot of people on deck and like a big team for it. And you're talking about like seeing loved ones, that was like a big moment for me because I had so many people who really care about me just be like, yo, I'm there, like I'm coming through.
That's a love.
We decked out a whole Airbnb for it. It was lit. Got to shout out Edie for the directing on that. Shout out to Edie. Yeah. It was a big team, but shout out Trey Timeless as well for shooting the video. And to Sean for producing and so many people. The list can go on and on. But it was creative. It's fucking sexy. So when you see it, like You're gonna get a little bricked up, not gonna lie. Some shorties in there are bad as fuck. Okay, it is what it is.
Shout out to the shorties.
Shout out to the shorties, all of them, you know. I shorties eating sweet fruit and things. It's mad. It's mad. I don't even know.
Sweets and sweets.
Sweets and sweets. I don't know. Jeez. Okay? But yeah, no, it'll be really good. Actually coming next month. So stay ready. Stay ready. December 15th is when we are looking to drop Fruit of the Loom, the music video. Stay tuned.
And it sounds like you're not done. Like you got another project coming. Like I felt like I read this wrong when I saw this. I was like, this guy just stopped the project 48 hours ago. It feels like, and he's ready to go back in. So this is really happening. There's really another project coming.
Yep, another project coming next year. Y'all wanted more music, so here we go. Okay, it's gonna be a nice single run coming up, and then leading into a project for the new year. So just stay tuned. I'm not gonna give you too many details about it.
But a project coming.
Yeah, it's a project. I'll say this as a hint. It is a sequel. Okay, it's a sequel to something. I can't tell you what it's a sequel to, but it's a sequel. So stay tuned. We got a lot of dope collaborators on it. We got some features on it. It's all heat, I promise.
We want to know more. Okay, we want to know more. What can you tell us about the direction of this project? Did you record this around the same time as Left on Red, or talk about that process? Where were you in the recording?
Yeah,
the timeline of that.
Yeah. So I feel like the team and I have been recording songs for this project for a while now. Like, this project has had many lives. And I think the final song for the project, was recorded actually after Left on Red. We worked with a few different engineers who had to travel the globe a little bit to record some of them, even record some of the tracks in LA. So it's I'm really excited to see how this one comes together. We've been planning. We've gone well through the planning stages. We got a couple grants for it too. So you're gonna see this one, and you're gonna like this one a lot. I can guarantee you. Yeah.
So talk about LA. Like, recording there obviously is a different process, but let's talk about LA as a whole for you as as a creative. Do you feel like it fuels you? Because a lot of Toronto creatives have told me that like when they go to LA, they feel fueled in a different way that they don't feel here. Do you feel like that's the same for you?
So, okay, I can understand that. And one of my boys said it very well. People in LA don't act like they're from LA. It feels weird. Like, they don't act Hollywood. It's different. It's like, because they're so used to just being in Hollywood that it's just a normal day for them to wake up and do what they do. I think being near the water is always like a
blessing.
It's a very good blessing. Having the warm weather, also a blessing. So like coming from being in Toronto where you only have warm weather 4 months of the year.
Yeah.
Getting it a little longer. You're like, okay, that sun energy is super helpful. Just like, not just to the melanin, but just to
for the soul.
Yeah, for the soul, for the energy, for the mind. Like a whole little meds and walk on the beach and be like, okay, cool, I'm ready to get back and lock in. So yeah.
So it's not that big thing for you like it is for other people, but you still enjoy it just for the vibes.
Yeah.
Okay.
People ask me like, would I move out there? Maybe 6 months of the year, maybe.
Yeah. Not a full-time thing.
Nah. I still need my summers in Toronto where it's booming.
Yeah. The Toronto summers,
crazy.
Unmatched. Yeah.
Crazy.
It's crazy to feel like, this is recorded on, the 29th, one of the first real snow days we're getting. And
that's how I love y'all, okay? That's how I know I was about to be like, oh, no way I'm seeing snow.
And the crazy thing is, by the time y'all hear this, snow might be on a whole nother level,
For real.
So it's like, it feels like we have this push in the summertime with Toronto. We're just like, okay, we got to get it done. We got to do it. Like, how do you feel about that recording in the wintertime? Because it is different vibes. Like, I've heard people tell me that when they record in the winter, it's almost like they make depressing music. And I'm like, it's almost like you just can't help yourself. Do you feel any of that in the wintertime recording? Because Toronto in the summertime, Toronto wintertime, might as well be two different cities.
Nah, for real. You're not wrong at all. Like, half the population is not outside anymore. Yeah. Like, over half the population is not outside anymore, There you go, right there. Yeah, point. Yeah, me. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I can see that. I can feel that. Like, my mood definitely changes. I'm like, okay, I can get like that seasonal depression vibes. I'm like, okay, it's time to get into my dark bag a little bit.
Yeah.
But I still try to embody those sunshine vibes because like if I'm recording in the winter, I'm probably not releasing in the winter. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm recording it to prep it for a drop. So I'll still tap into those other creative faculties in order just to make cool music versus like sad music. I might make like chill music, you know? So it still gives different energy.
Yeah, I've always thought it's so amazing how people can be tapped into their sad music because, you know, an artist like Sampa, for example, some of his actual lyrics, if you hear what he's saying, he's bearing his soul on stage every single day. And we could sing it and vibe, you know? But he's talking about some dark stuff basically every time he hits the stage.
Yeah.
So I'm like, artists like that, I think it's almost a talent in a sense. Like a little psychopathic.
Oh, for sure.
But a talent in the same way. So now we're towards end of November, get into December. I'm asking everyone this, and I personally want to know where you're at with this. Is, you know, your resolutions that you had at the beginning of the year. Anything that you had planned on your vision board or something you wrote down you want to achieve at the beginning of the year. So tell me one thing that you did actually achieve, and then one thing that you didn't actually achieve.
Oh, okay. I actually achieved a few things on my vision board, and like that's just a big shout out to manifestation and goal setting for real. One of the things was just working out more.
Yeah.
I've been consistent 3 to 4 times a week, you know, so that's been a good blessing for me in terms of health. And then another big goal was getting the Eaton Center billboard.
You got that.
And we locked that down. So I was amped, you know, like, hey, it came the way it came, and I'm excited for it. So yeah, and so I'm honestly just grateful for those things and everything alongside of it. Some of the other goals that I had was to travel to Vancouver. And I had somewhere else on the list. I think it was Vancouver in Europe, but I never ended up making it to either. Okay. I did a layover in Vancouver on my way to LA, if that counts. But like, you know.
So 2024, we'll put those on the list.
Exactly.
Catch Melo in Vancouver. Catch Melo in Europe. Well, I'm speaking it.
I'm telling you, bring it on.
Listen, when we talk again, those are things we're going to check back in on and be like, yo,
manifesting right now, I'm going to be in Vancouver 2024. I'm going to be in Europe 2024. I'll be doing shows in both of those places 2024, okay?
100%. 100%. Now, I'm happy we got to chat because the thing for me is we finally got a new project. Sometimes it feels like we're waiting forever to get new music, and then you spring on me that you're dropping even more new music. Next year. Tell me if I'm wrong. I feel like there's a change happening in terms of how you're going to be pushing yourself and put your music up because it sounds like you're going to be doing more visuals. There's more music coming. What happened in between like the 3 years between the last project and Left on Red that gave you that, you know, push? Because you had some loosies. You're always active. But what changed? Because it does feel like there is a change from how you're even coming at your own career.
Honestly, there was a bit of change in management. That helped. That like it helped to be like, okay, cool. Like at first I felt like I almost was starting to lose a bit of control of like how I can do things. I'm like, this is not helping anymore. And I was dropping little singles and I think there was this back and forth between dropping singles and dropping projects because it's weird. I feel like people like projects, but they don't have time for projects anyways. So it's like, we all want a project for someone, but like, how many times do I really have time to listen to their project?
All the way through,
Exactly. So, and I think just like the age of the way that we consume things is changing. So I'm adapting, you know what I'm saying? And right now, yes, we have a project dropping in the new year, but like there's singles leading up to it. And all those singles are going to be in the project. So you'll get a taste of what's coming onto it. And then that'll at least allow for interest for the remaining songs that you haven't heard.
So do you feel like that's something different than what you would have done before? Because I feel like you would have always done something like that.
I feel like what's a little different is like I would do a bunch of singles and then they wouldn't go on the project, and I might drop only one out of like 5 singles would go on a project, and that was kind of
they were like kind of loose, and then now they have a home.
Yeah, now it's like okay, no, they're gonna be here, so you know.
Yeah, man, I'm so intrigued because we talked to Dylan a little earlier, and I feel like the way everyone releases music and comes at it is, so different. It's so interesting, especially as a young artist. You're like, which is the way that works? You have, again, 10 different ways to skin a cat.
Exactly.
Everyone got to decide which way that works. Personally, I'm excited. I'm always here for more music
and a lot more content. Like I'm picking up the content game crazy because. I mean, people like visuals. People like to see what's going on,
And you kill it with the visuals. You kill it with the visuals. So yeah, you're someone who people want a lot of that content from.
Yeah.
I let you know about this question beforehand, so you have a little bit of a heads up. Now they say the top 5 people in your life help make you who you are.
Yeah.
Now your top 5 can be 2 or it can be 10. But who are the people in your life who help make you who you are?
Oh my gosh. Holy. First, my mom. Big
shout out moms.
Yeah, big out my mom's, not gonna lie. And reluctantly, but I still love the man, my pops. We all have our mistakes, but I learned from it, so that's made me who I am as well. Gotta give a shout out to all of my brothers, and I got 6 of them. So yeah,
big shout out.
Yeah, big shout out right there. Let's group them all together. They've all made me a lot more resilient, and then also taught me just to have fun with everything you do. Give a shout out to my sisters. They hold it down. They allow me to tap into the more emotional sides of me that allow me to create that raw music. Super big shout out to Alex Thompson, engineer, day one. Known him since anything but church camp, like from them days. So yeah. Don't I'm not even gonna touch on that. Anyways,
if you guys don't know about ABC, yo,
there you go. Okay, So those be some really key players. I'll even give it up to my boy Lamb. He's been holding it down. And as of recently, I gotta give it up to the DJ scene. They've been doing a lot to push me. I'm watching them and observing like how they're interacting with the crowds and what they're what people are enjoying listening to. And I'm like, okay, like this helps me just analyze, see the pathways to getting that exposure as well. So.
Yeah, I like that 5. Of course, I love the ABC shout out. Like, listen,
I could have been 6. I'm not really sure. I wasn't counting.
No. A top 5 could be any of those numbers. It don't got to be 5. And the DJ scene. A shout out to them. No way. Is this you being done?
We done it.
Okay, let's show the camera. Tiramisu from Eva's absolutely finished.
Mash up, okay?
Yeah,
Watch
how done that is. How done your belly's about to be.
Oh my gosh, I'm curled up.
Yeah.
Curled up like curdled cheese.
Yeah. So for the next 48 hours.
Don't talk to me. No. Don't text me. Don't say, Melo, will you pick up? I'm done. No, I'm not. I can't pick up, bro.
No, we appreciate you putting your life at risk before in the cut. We don't take it for granted.
The liability clause.
And the way you drank that at the end too. That listen, self-harm comes in many forms. Okay?
For anyone who only tuned in like halfway to this thing, I drank ice cream. Okay.
Yeah. For anyone listening to this on the podcast, this is why you watch on YouTube. You want to see a grown man drink ice cream? This is why you watch on YouTube. This next question, we're gonna have this as a when for this question, okay? Because we manifest on this show. Speaking of this is on this show.
Yes.
Now, when someone gets $100 million, they get an exotic animal. I don't make the rules. It just always happens. Mike Tyson with his tiger, Michael Jackson with his monkey. Justin Bieber with his monkey. So when you get to that $100 million level, what's the animal you're going to bring into your life?
The animal I'm going to bring into my life.
Now, what's it going to be, man? You had time to think about this?
I know. I did.
You got $100 million. You got all the options.
No, I did. Okay. Animal I'm going to bring into my life. Nicole Scherzinger, she's a big animal, you know what I'm saying, baby? No, I'm playing. I'm playing. Pack it up. Pack it in. I'm sorry. You know, that was just that.
We're going to come back to that.
Okay, I got one for real. Okay, exotic animal I'm bringing in is going to be a cheetah. They're such majestic cats, big feline. Yeah, from Yonge though. It's gotta be from Yonge.
Tiger King vibes.
Tiger King, but just
Okay, little cheetah.
Yeah.
Raised. You know what though? Have you seen those videos where there's like a wolf or something raised in the house? Have you seen those videos?
No, what?
Yeah,
No way.
it's like people, they live in the wilderness kind of, and like a wolf or something gets kind of lost, so they raise it like it's a dog. Yeah, so
and it's good. It doesn't yam their face.
No, because like they don't know it's a wolf until it kind of gets bigger.
True.
And the wolf don't know it's a wolf because it's living with the people them. So yeah, that's a good one right there. You brought up Nicole Scherzinger. That of all the throwbacks on this episode, that has to rank number one. Like we had ABC Camp, which love ABC Camp, shout out. We had talked about MSN.
That's crazy.
Those are the glory days.
That's crazy.
Nicole Scherzinger.
That's crazy.
So you think that's your favorite out of the Pussycat Dolls? Is that what you're trying to say?
Back in the day, yeah, that was the one. That was the one still. Hey, I was like, who am I? I'm just the man, okay? I am but a humble servant.
Those were crazy times. For all people who remember that show, that group Girlicious.
Oh,
yeah.
What the hell? That's crazy.
Crazy times. I was just throwing out that you said Nicole Scherzinger of all people. I got a couple of names that I would throw out too, but we're gonna skip past it because I'm gonna meet some of these women one day.
That's what I'm saying.
So,
like,
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Georgia Smith, you know what it is, you know what it ain't.
Hey.
So we have this segment on the show called Wednesday Wisdom. And it's brought to us by our boy Brandon Gibbs. I want to congratulations to him again for recently getting married.
Shout out Gibbs.
But this segment is one of my favorites because we get to learn a lot. You've dropped already a few gems here on the show, but this segment is for a motivational quote or saying either you remind yourself of or the people around you. So what's that quote for you?
Yes, my everyday quote and something I live by continuously is "This too shall pass" or "Gamze avor." It's just a big phrase for me that allows me to stay grounded in the now. It's something that I use as a moral compass and just a compass when I feel lost, because I feel like too many people get caught up in the good and the bad.
Facts.
And you never know what you have till it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, hey, things are going well, don't take it for granted because this too shall pass as well. Things are going bad.
Mm-hmm.
Don't allow that to fuel your whole being now because that will pass.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give you a 2-for-1 though, because like something I heard recently, and it's been ringing true in my ears. What is it? It's if you suffer before necessary, you will suffer more than necessary.
Ooh,
that has been ringing off. I'm like,
that's a real one. That is
heat.
a real one. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Those two, hand in hand. I swear to you.
Yeah, I why I like Wednesday Wisdom is because I think we do need something to remind ourselves every single day, because it's that quote that says, "Did you have a bad day or did one bad thing happen to you?" And it doesn't take much time for you stub your toe on the way to the washroom, but now the whole day through. You know what I mean?
Nah, for real.
And so it's like you need this too shall pass.
Yeah,
in those moments. So huge, because we take time for granted. And we just get stuck in our own mind of, the bus came late or whatever it is. And so things like, this too shall pass is a great gem for anyone. Before we get out of here, what else can you tell us about the upcoming project? Because I want people to be made aware. There's a new project coming. Yeah. Melo let us know. But what more can you tell? I know you don't want to give anyone a date. We know how that game goes.
Can't give a date.
Can you give us a season? Not even a month, just a season. What will the grass look like at the time of this project coming out?
That's funny. That's funny. Okay. Yeah, I could give a season. I can give a season. The grass will start to look a little greener. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be hot. I'm trying to get it out before it's hot. So because it is hot. You know what I'm saying? The song, the project's gonna be hot. Yeah, so you can kind of expect it just before mid next year. That's where I'm headed. That's our trajectory for it as well. I want to give a shout out to the collaborators, but I feel like that might give it away. So
yeah, you gotta keep that.
Yeah. But the collaborators, they know who they are. So already shout out to them. Stay tuned. The project is coming soon. A new one, I promise you. And it's going to be great. We're going to have all the singles lined up. There's going to be visuals for them too. I'm going to be flooding your TikTok and Instagram reel timelines.
A lot of content coming.
You going to see me, nigga.
A lot of content coming. So keep an eye out. Once you see the snow start to go away, sniff the air, and you know what's coming. The new project is on the way.
Is that Melo around?
Yeah, like the bat signal. Like the bat signal that you see the snow going away, you know what that means. Thank you again for joining us, man. This has been long overdue.
I know.
You totally murdered the tiramisu.
Dominated, okay?
We're not going to speak about why that is. Something happened, so a little bit of a cheat code. But either way, your tummy will still be twerking. We appreciate you going through that for us. If you made it to the end of this podcast, you already know what to do. Leave us a rating and a review. 5 stars, not a single star less. Of course, find us on Instagram at The Cool Table Live, on YouTube at The Cool Table Live. And of course, know yourself, know your worth.